What's going on, everybody? It's Rich Lex. Okay, today's video we're talking about Mikayla Nogueira and what she did in her secret group chat. So she posted this inside her secret group chat. You'll see it up here. And it's basically people upset that she hasn't mailed out giveaway boxes. Now, she's supposed to mail them out at the end of every week. She's missed 2 weeks already. Allegedly, there's more weeks she's missed, but from confirmed, 2 weeks. Then Mikayla responded at the bottom, and you can see down here at the bottom what she said. She's basically confirming that she missed weeks of sending out giveaway boxes because she's been traveling. I was just saying that I felt like it's a slap in the face to her subscribers because these are the people who afforded her her Birkin bag and her cars and her house, that the people should be a priority and it should get mailed out. This should be a big deal. It should mean a lot to her, all right? Because if it means that much to her, she would make sure that it gets mailed out because these are the people who gave her her platform. So I took some commentary from a few of the followers here and who've been following this or just found out about it. I'll play that later on in the video. But I also want to further emphasize that it's not hard to hire somebody, a part-time person, to just mail these boxes out. Even have a next door neighbor. Just if it's that hard, like, hey, I'm gonna leave these boxes out. Can you make sure you take them to the post office? And then give them a little $10, $20 or something like that. It doesn't make any sense. Or her husband, Cody, her assistant, Cody, whatever, to mail the boxes out. And I was saying this on TikTok that a lot of her followers follow her to win these giveaways. Because you have to be a follower, you have to share the video, you have to repost it for extra points if you can enter this giveaway, right? And so people are still doing these rules and she's on vacation. And I don't understand why she can't have Cody, her her husband, take the stuff to the post office and mail it out. Or oh crap, stuff's falling down. All right, guys, so still getting over this situation I got going on here. So if I sound a little stuffy. All right, well, check this out. This happened today. Ethan Klein went on the H3H3 podcast, him and Hila, his wife, and they talked about that CPS, Child Protective Services, came to their house, okay, and wanted to see the kids because there's been some online posts stating that basically, essentially, they're not good parents. That is low. This is an all-time low for Trisha and Moses. And I say this, right, and other people are scared to say it. I'm not. Listen, I'm one more cancellation away from being famous, bro. So I'm going to say what I got to say. When Trisha was getting talked about on the Reddits and the snark pages, she cried and she cried. And snot coming down her nose about how they're coming after her mom and things like that. And they were really dissecting and looking into everything she did in her life, that it bothered her that much. She had a damn panic attack. I had the video. She was yelling and crying. I posted it the other day. My other video about Ethan Klein, H3 and stuff like that. And some people saw it. I posted it the day it happened, years ago. I think it has over 100,000 views. Anyways, all that to say this is Trisha threw a big fit about these paid snark Reddits talking about her. All right. My views are snark Reddits. Every time I see them, it always goes too far. It starts off hee ha ha. Oh yeah, they do that. I do notice that. Then it starts to get a little too far. Oh, we're anonymous. Nobody knows who we are. Let's start making up lies and rumors and let's start making up fan fiction. And then it just spirals and it just goes into a dark place and then stuff like this happens. So Trisha got it removed. And here we are. Let's bring us up years later. Here we are. There's a snark Reddit about Ethan Klein and what goes on his show and his personal life. And now the CPS came to his house. And he talks about it on here. He calls out Trisha and Moses. And But before I roll you the clip, I just want to give my commentary on it. If it was anybody else, they would be like, oh, this is horrible. I can't believe this is happening to them. But because it's Ethan Klein, people tend to like, oh, well, you know, he deserved it. No, what? And what I believe this, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And this right here is a wrong. This is wrong situation. All this guy does, right, is work on his YouTube channel, work on building his brand, his empire, and support his family and friends. And then he gets a CPS called on him. And then that's supposed to be justified. And you got people like Hassan. Don't even get me started on Hassan. That's from another video. I have very strong opinions about Hassan. Good and bad. The thing is, if you watch this video closely in the body language and the tone that Hila uses, oh, you can tell she is very upset. You know, with Ethan, the guy is a character. He can put on a good show. With Hila, when she's upset, you can tell. You know, there's some people where you're like, I don't know if they're being serious or not. No, with Hila, you can tell. And she was being very serious in this clip. She was. It was almost like, Trisha, you need to acknowledge this or else. Because if there's a lawsuit that's going to be involved, they could name Trisha in it. Because although Trisha cannot control her audience, what she can do is say, hey, please do not send any hate. Hey, I don't agree with this. And I know that my community is not partaking in this. She could say something like that. But the fact that she doesn't, it's looking bad on her. And right now, the pendulum has swung, and she's in a lot of people's good graces. But guess what? The pendulum will swing back around. And when it swings back around, well, she didn't defend Ethan. You know, she wouldn't like it if that happened to her kids. And that's what I'm saying. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And this situation is wrong. And if Trisha had a heart, she would say something. If it means that much to you. Because it broke my heart to see Ethan and Hila talk about that. This is when I saw this pop up on my feed, I was shocked. I never thought in a million years that I would see Ethan Klein and Hila talking about they're getting CPS called to their home. That's scary. I do not know what that is. I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids. I'm a very selfish person. You know what I'm saying? It's not in my future right now. It's not my journey right now. But can you imagine having the police officers knock out your door, a squad car in front of your yard? You got the neighbors looking at you like, what's going on? You know, Ethan Klein has a big house, very successful. Oh, I knew he was a drug lord. You know, then the rumors start circulating all over town. That's how these people are. The neighborhood nosy people. So anyways, let me show you what they had to say. Here we go.
This morning we got a visit from Child Protective Services. Because I told this story on the show a few weeks ago about how when we adopted Olive, she had Giardia. And then the next day, Sonny started having diarrhea, so we suspected he might have Giardia. Seeing as that he's an infant, he's crawling around, he's putting everything in his mouth, etc. Makes sense, right? It's obvious. So it turned into this whole snark narrative that our house is a mess, that there's dog shit everywhere, that Sonny is eating shit and getting Giardia, and that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And well, it culminated in somebody finally, an anonymous call went into them on the 3rd, saying that they were somebody that works at the house, and they wanted to report us because our kids are crawling around eating dog shit and getting viruses. And they were able to provide enough details because of what I said on the show to make it appear that it was somebody. He said, like, when he first showed up, he's like, it's somebody that you know who made the report. And I'm like, no, okay. So, I mean, they used, I mean, yeah, you could easily impersonate.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
What's truly like despicable to me is the fact that like you hear so often that CPS, like that they're not always.
They're underfunded.
Yes, and also it always like seeps through the cracks for some reason.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they were so on it here, it's like that could have gone to a family that really needed it and a child that really needed to be saved. Like
I was pretty surprised. I mean, one anonymous call. I was like, that's all it takes. But I guess the thing is, he was like, it seemed we thought it was someone who.
I can't imagine
you know.
how scary.
The guy was very nice. He was a very professional, a nice young guy, very nice. At first, he's not from our world. He doesn't understand. And I tried to explain, like, this is part of this harassment campaign. We've been visited by the FBI. We've been swatted, this and that. And we talked for a while. He gets it. But there's certain things that I guess he has to do. So he looked all, I mean, you walked around with him. I was upset about the whole thing.
Well, yeah, I was very upset as well.
He
wanted to look at everything.
Well, the house is spotless.
He was checking the house and like, where do the dogs go potty? Because we heard that there's poop on the floor.
The house is spotless.
Our house is so clean.
And also we literally installed this huge outdoor, I don't know how you call it. It's like a huge outdoor area connected to a doggy door.
Yeah, because we live in an area where there are coyotes, and we did fence our house like really well. They don't really get in the backyard, but for our own peace of mind, we wouldn't let the dogs out unsupervised.
Hell no, in the middle of the night, especially if we're
especially in the middle of the night. Yeah. So we set up a doggy door for them that once you exit it, you are in a totally enclosed, like a huge cage. It's not like a small cage. It's like a room. Yeah, I mean, everybody in our house is very privileged, including the dogs and the kids. So I showed him, like, we take them out. They have a giant backyard, and then they even have this enclosure that we built just for them so they can go out safely at night. Then I showed him the kids' rooms, and he's like, oh, yeah, lots of toys. And I'm like, yep, lots of toys. Then he wanted to see Sunny. I went to show him Sunny, and he fucking woke up Sunny that was taking a nap.
He did on accident?
Not on purpose, but he wanted to take a look. And Sunny's like, you know, they sense everything. Yeah. The babies can sense, and it's like, what the fuck is this stranger staring at me in my room? Mm-hmm. We looked at Sunny, then they wanted to talk to our nanny and ask questions. Who feeds the kids? Who takes care of them? Who takes them to school? And like,
what do you do when you get angry at your kids?
Yeah, what do
you do when a dog poops on the floor? And then the part that, in my opinion, crossed the line was like, so I'm going to visit your kids at school and ask them questions. And I says, you're not fucking doing that. No, I mean, we both were like, that's not happening.
No,
you're not going.
Terrifying.
You are not doing that. Agreed to come visit our house
next week
when the kids are at home, because he needs to fucking interview our kids as a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him, if you want to come, and I'm going to tell them that you're our friend, and I'm going to be there, and you can ask them questions as our friend, we can do that. But like, anything beyond that is not happening.
I do want to clarify the guy was very nice and understanding.
The guy was nice. I have no problem with the guy.
He's just doing his job, you know, but like,
it's not related.
It's kind of hard to believe that one anonymous tip can result in this fucking
anonymous call.
Massive waste of time and resources from a vitally underfunded, understaffed, overworked department that does really important work. And
But then you hear about stories, people that actually need the help and they don't get it.
that's what Olivia was saying. Yeah.
So frequently.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I don't know. But I mean, at what point is it like, and this is something, if you go on Reddit and you go on the snarks, this is something, and the new snark that they all migrated to is completely unmoderated. This is something that this is a narrative that they've picked up and talk about all the time. And I just wonder at what point, I think Reddit is just waiting for me to kill myself. I genuinely, I don't know what it takes. And I think if
That is what it takes. Somebody eventually will do that, and then they'll be like, "Oh no, there's this
we
phenomenon
had
called
no
snark
idea.
pages."
We had no idea.
And then the journalist will write about it,
The
and they'll be
fucking
like,
journalists, by the way.
"Can you believe this phenomena of snark pages?"
The same people who are like, Ethan
Yeah.
Klein is actually in a state of psychosis.
Yeah.
He says that nobody's ever been harassed like him in the history of the internet. And actually, I'm going to interview the mods of these snark subreddits and also characterize them as heroes.
Yeah.
What to do? Like at a certain point, I just really don't understand. Again, Trisha's subreddit was ruining her life, or the snark one.
Yeah.
It was super toxic there, and she got it removed fairly easily.
You know what I would like to say too is that, like, if she actually cared about us and about other parents and children, she would tell her friends to back off. Because to me, a lot of these people are her fans. It started as Frenemies 3 for the people that remember. There was Frenemies, then there was Frenemies 2, then Frenemies
Right,
3
I forgot about all that.
was like the latest snark page. Then it became
Shout out to Frenemies 12, by the way.
a rebrand to
that was a real one. They went all
it
the way
became
up to 12.
H3 Snark. And then Israel-Palestine happened, and they took this like, oh, okay, actually we can pretend that we actually care about Israel-Palestine, and that's our new cause. But
Despite
I'm pretty sure a lot of those people are from Trisha's days, and then they also like combined with Hassan, so it became this like axis.
Yeah, before October
all these
7th, it
people.
was like pretty much just a collective of really deranged weirdos that nobody took seriously.
Yeah.
And then after October 7th, it really took off. And it started going mainstream when people like Hassan and other people in the world started citing it and calling it out. And people like Adam McIntyre who were like, I respect Snark.
Yeah.
They're doing good work.
That's
And
exactly like
Ethan-
what's frustrating me with the whole internet right now is how everybody's such a hypocrite. And when they want, they can cite the snark like some actual source. And then when it doesn't fit the narrative, then, you know, they'll say whatever. But yeah, I'll even ask Trisha, why don't you say something to your fans? I haven't seen her say anything, but I know how she knows how it feels. She was saying she was suicidal.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not exactly sure how she got hers down. I've heard it.
I mean, she was saying she was suicidal. Probably that's how.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not cynical enough to lie about being suicidal, like she is, but at a certain point, you know, it's like.
And I mean, when she was on the show, she talked about how she loves following the Vlog Squad and
That's
like
true.
following all their dramas, and she checks the Reddit all day long. I'm sure she
did
does
say
it with
that.
H3 Snark.
No, yeah, I'm sure that
I'm
her
sure
and
she
Moses,
does.
and
So
Moses
for everybody
especially.
that loves Trisha's new arc and loves to parade her,
Well, what I don't understand is all
I'm
this-
sure that's what she does. She's on Snark every day, probably. If she actually didn't like what they were doing, she would tell something to her friends to stop it.
Well, I actually at first didn't even think that it was Trisha fans. I was like, this is too deranged. Like, it's been a long time. I doubt these are Trisha fans. It seems like too political. And then through our research and our informants, found out that the two main snarkers are Trisha mega fans.
Yeah, and that was a confirmation for me. I thought it was for a long time. I knew it was actually because I remember it was Frenemies 3. That's where it started. It originated from those people.
You're right about that.
We never
yeah.
had a snark before. There was never such a thing.
So, and to
anybody that has a problem with my opinion, that is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion based on my experience with Trisha, with Frenemies, and with everything and whatever the fuck I'm going through. That is my opinion. You can disagree. You can think whatever you want.
I don't think you said anything that bad. I mean, I accused her of lying about
And
being infertile.
and I know that some people had opinions about that, and I think you're entitled to your opinion too.
Yeah, but
Opinions are opinions.
I have a very
They're based on
informed
our
opinion.
personal experience and what we're going through.
I mean, listen, if you want someone's opinion about Trisha and Moses, I don't think there's anyone more informed to talk about them than me. You know, but anyway, listen. The ironic part about it being Trisha fans is that they've really adopted the whole genocide narrative.
Yes.
They found that was like the most effective
And
way.
that's the next thing that drives me so crazy. Because, like, if that's actually your cause, but you have no problem with Trisha and Moses, then what the fuck? What the fuck? She showed up to our holiday dinner dressed in IDF costume, and you're okay with that?
I mean, she's also done stuff on video where she's like, "We don't care about Palestinians. We're full Jew. We're full Israel all the way." And I mean, and you want to talk about Hila being a secretary? Moses was he was served in a combat position in the fucking Air Force.
And I don't have a problem with what he did.
No, not
but
at
you
all.
should apparently. That's my point. Apparently, you should have a problem. But you guys, some of you guys, a good portion of you are Trisha fans. So you just found a new cause to pretend that you care about.
Well, the unfortunate thing has been picked up now by Hassan and
that's
people
my
in
next
his orbit.
problem.
Yeah,
Is that people like Hassan will cite the snark like it's an actual source for something.
yeah. No, they do.
I
all
swear,
the time now.
the whole world has gone crazy.
Well, while
Now, so this is what I want to say at this point. And I said, I'm trying to get over what I got going on. So that's why we're getting somewhat of a voiceover today. Trisha Paytas is next. I can see that this is war against the Klein family versus the Hochmans. So in the beginning, there was snark Reddits about Trisha and Moses and her day-to-day life. She couldn't take it. The page got taken down. Now there's a snark page about Ethan Klein, his day-to-day, his personal life, and it's gone too far, CPS being called. I now see a pattern of behavior. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that Moses is behind this all, in my opinion, my conspiracy allegedly. And I say that as a joke. But Trisha and Ethan and Hila, I don't necessarily think that they have bad blood. I think they just want to get along at its core. Right? And I apologize for the joke about Moses, but I don't want to derail my main point here. My main point is I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, for real, that is the fandom, it is the heart of the fandom that love Ethan so much and they love Trisha so much that they are tearing the other group apart. And it's insane fandom here. That, oh yeah, you no longer associate with Trisha? Well, guess what? Snark page is about you. Oh, you don't like Ethan Klein? Guess what? Snark page is about you. So I feel like this whole CPS calling stuff was the fandom. And now that it's been done, it's shots fired. And now I can see the fandom now calling CPS on Trisha Paytas. Because almost like tag, you're next. You came for Ethan, now we're gonna come for you. And Trisha didn't even do it, but it's the fandom. I think it's the fans that are really doing this, guys. Let me know what you think about that, and let's get on with the video. Thanks. All right, so send some love and light to Ethan family, the Klein family, and H3H3. So switching gears here, this is what the conversation was about. Mikayla Nogueira not sending away the giveaway packages to the over 28 million people who entered the giveaway, allegedly. And here's what the chat had to say. Here we go.
This is your job. This is all she has to do. I don't think that a couple hours of makeup every day is taking up so much time where you can't put together stuff for the people that have like propped you up, who've put you up, and gained the following, and then you promise them something and then you don't follow through. Now, I don't know how many weeks this has been, but we know there's also another giveaway. What was it, bags? She never followed through on that we know of.
Oh, wow.
Or that we saw. So yeah, I think it's a little messed up.
All right, Scarlet Cat, what do you think?
For me, it's giving carrot in front of the donkey. Come on, donkey, follow the carrot. I believe if you're an influencer with a following as large as Mikayla's and you're making big public announcements like, hey, do me this favor, go like my Instagram, like my post, share my post, save my post, all the things of which is generating income for her. Okay, she's getting income by people doing this for her. All she has to do is mail off their package. And it's fake promises, you know? We
Yeah.
all get busy, yes, but 2 weeks and she hasn't been able to make it to the mailbox. And with as much money as she has, are you telling me she doesn't have assistants that can drop it off or a family member that can drop it off?
Cody. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, what doesn't Cody ever help her out?
It's giving,
Surely
making
he
the
does.
fans a last priority. You know what I mean?
It does.
Like, I'm gonna go live my life, and then with whatever time is left, I might send your package to you. You know.
Well, not only that, but it's kind of discouraging to even want to enter it again.
Yes. And for
Exactly.
a lot of people can't afford beauty products, especially in this economy right now. And they watch her videos with wishful thinking, hoping one day they can try these things. And then to win something like that, you're ecstatic, you're hopeful, you're excited, and then it just never comes. Think about how crappy that must feel. You know, it's like if it was any other business, like say you ordered a pizza and it still isn't there for 2 weeks, wouldn't you be upset?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just find it hard to believe that she doesn't have any type of help with what, the massive PR she gets, like someone helping her go through it and organizing it and things like that. So if she's got someone that's helping with that, why can't they just go on and ship it out for her?
And a promise is a promise at the end of the day, okay? Don't make promises you can't keep. That's what it boils down to. If you're too busy, don't have giveaways.
True.
She can not even hire a team, just like a part-time assistant. Go ahead, Grandma.
That's right.
When I give giveaways on different platforms, my stuff's already boxed, so I have somebody that just mails everything out. They just print the shipping label and mail it out. So I don't like her anyway. I think she's so hyped.
Well, yeah, that's another part of it. I think she's losing her influence by doing things like this. It's gonna get people, and the fact that she even posted it in that group chat, knowing that people were gonna screenshot it, send it to T channels, she knew that this was gonna generate buzz.
And to have that kind of name and platform, and this isn't the first time something dishonest has happened. I'm not going to say everything she's done, but we all have followed. There's been a lot of dishonest things that went down on that page. And it just, I don't know, it's giving red flags.
Red flags the house.
Like, I appreciate you're having such a nice life, but do you think in between it you can schedule mailing the packages you promised your supporters?
That part.
Or are the supporters last priority on the list? You know
And
what I mean?
but the supporters are the ones who got her there.
That's
Right.
right. The supporters,
They are her platform.
her friends.
She can't be like, hey, these people afforded me my house, my car, my Birkin bags. The packages need to be mailed out. It's a priority.
Yeah, 1 or 2 days, I can understand that. You got caught up, you had a few busy days, okay. But like 2 weeks? That's just sloppy sales.
Well, she got her coin, so she figures she can do what she wants.
And I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's free. Who cares? Da, da, da. the people that want care, the people that was expecting it here, the people, like, she's got a lot of followers, and to win something like that, that's like a big chance type thing, like one in whatever, how many followers she has, okay? They happen to win. They feel special. They feel it was meant for them, and then it never comes. And what if these people are really humble people that can't afford such things? How sad they must be. And to feel like she broke their trust, you know?
Yeah.
They trust
She's got a
Mikayla.
lot of eyes on her, which is weird because you would think, like, oh, I'm going to keep up with this because, you know, how many people do watch her and follow her and stay on her. And then she wants to, oh, my mental. Well, if you wouldn't be on here, you know, not sending out giveaways or doing the giveaways or photoshopping and throwing a fit about it.
Yeah, when you call her out, she claims my mental. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you gotta
but
have
in the
followers.
hold on,
You
in the
just gotta
beginning,
follow.
people fell for it. In the beginning, people, oh, that's so sad, you know. But now it's like, no, this is a pattern of behavior that every time you get called out for something, your mental health's affected. I already caught on.
And that's funny because not mental health. The funny part is when you make videos about mental health, you can't dispute it or you're a bad person. You know, you can't say, actually, I don't know if this video is all that true. You know what I mean? You can't even be the kind of person to dispute such a post, even if you think it's weird. Because people will say you're a bad person for disputing their video work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She ain't brand new.
Yeah. The whole mental thing that she's been pulling, I think people are catching on to it, you know.
Well, why would you make that many posts saying, you guys, there's a problem, but I can't talk about it. But yeah, you guys, there's a problem, but I can't talk about it. But yeah, and noticing how many views it's getting, and those views equal money because she's in creators fund and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So of course those posts are generating income every time she posts with a deer in her eye. But she's not going to tell us what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got it.
Which is fine. I don't need to know what it is, but don't lead on your whole following, making them wonder and ask in the comments.
Yep. Oh, that's it. All right, guys. That was Grandma, Monica, and Scarly Cat. Let me know what you think about that in the chat. Thank you, guys. I went to, I did a whole bunch of shopping on Temu, and it's all right here. So I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute. But let me show you what some of the followers had to say. Here we go, roll it. All right, grab a snack and come on back. All right, so this is the show and tell portion of the video. I'm gonna show you what I got from Temu. All right, so the first thing I got is a cell phone case for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I saw it and I had to get it. So look, it's straight up rubber. It says there's a call, and you open it, you actually get a mirror, and then your phone goes here, and then of course, you know, for your camera. I thought this was so cute. So you would hold it this way, walk around, and then you open it and your phone would fit right here. So and then you have a freaking built-in mirror. Like, how cute is that? So I love that. It's pink plastic, made of, you know, very Barbie-ish. I like that. Then another thing I picked up was these envelopes. They're like vintage looking envelopes. I thought I would stuff them with cards or money or something and put it inside an Easter basket. So I'm putting together little Easter baskets this year. So I thought this was cute. Then I got some socks with cherries that's gonna go inside the Easter baskets. Thought that was cute. And then I got these stamps, right? So you're supposed to put, like, you dip it into wax. Here you go. It says an R with the crown. So this was like $1 or something. So I thought this was pretty cute. So you would stamp it in the wax and you put it on the envelope. So I thought that was cute. And then I got these earrings, it's a little angel, very Baroque. I got this, I don't know. It looked good on the model. Then when I put it on, it didn't go. I just feel like I don't look good in hats, but there's that too. And then I got some travel essentials. So I got these so when I travel. I could put stuff in it. And then lately I've been obsessed with these boxes so I can put jewelry in it. So I got these because I'm obsessed with like organizing stuff right now, and so I thought I would put these in there. Thank you so much, Scardy Cat. Appreciate you. Let me see what else I got. I got more boxes. Oh, this. I'm obsessed with this book. It's called Mom, I Want to Hear Your Story. And then inside of it, let me see if I can open it. I was supposed to give it to my mom, and then she's supposed to write down stuff about her life. So whenever she passes away, I would know a little bit more about her, right? So let me see. So you open it up. So it said, there's basically it's just questions, right? So one of the questions is,